Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve Helwagen reporting for Bucknuts.com here from the Schottenstein Center, where Ohio State pulled out a 64-63 win over Notre Dame, its first major conference opponent of the 2025-26 season. And the Buckeyes get a hard-fought win, and this had the look and feel of one of those Big Ten rock fights that we will see many of here over the next several months, probably a late February Big Ten rock fight where points were kind of at a premium at times. This was a game, two halves couldn't have been much different the way that this played out. And of course, Ohio State in the end comes through and makes the plays that they hadn't made in a lot of games that we've seen from this program in recent years. Last year, in fact, Ohio State was 5-6 in games decided in overtime or by 6 points or less. So they've already got the first one of those type games under their belt with this 1-point win, 64-63. Everything seemed to be in great shape for Ohio State. Bruce Thornton took a three-pointer and made it and gave them a 5 or 6 point lead with about 4 minutes to go. But Ohio State's next several possessions were fruitless. When you talk about Bruce turned it over twice, Tilly missed a couple of free throws, and that allowed Notre Dame to come back and take the lead. And now the Buckeyes are coming down the stretch. Shrewsbury hit a shot for Notre Dame to put them up 63-62 with about 2 minutes left. Ohio State had two possessions after that. I think Amari Bynum missed a shot. There was another possession in there. And so Notre Dame is up one with the ball, holding the ball. And Marcus Burton, their outstanding point guard, tried to go down the lane and try to make a shot in the lane. And it didn't go in. Christoph Tilly got the rebound with about 28 seconds left. They brought it to the front court and called timeout with about 24 seconds left. And you're just wondering, is this going to be another one on the pile of losses that we've seen accumulate with this program the last 3 years? Or is this the one where they finally pull it out? And ultimately, the idea for this play was to get the ball into Bruce Thornton and then get the ball to John Mobley Jr. and let him, with his quickness, try and create something off the dribble. And they got the ball to Mobley, but the timing was a little bit off, according to Coach Jake Diebler. He had to kind of pull back and dribble toward the foul line instead of going to the baseline. And he hit a wide-open Christoph Tilly at the high post. Well, Tilly's man had kind of sloughed off of him to help out with Mobley. Tilly put it on the deck. One dribble, left-handed, going down the left side of the lane. He got to about 4 or 5 feet and flipped it in for the game-winning points with 13 seconds to go. And, all heck breaks loose here at the shot. The attendance here, 12,357. They got to see a thriller and a great finish. The Buckeyes, Notre Dame had timeouts remaining and didn't use any of them. The ball came into the front court with Burton, and somehow with a switch off, Tilly ended up guarding him. You would have thought maybe Burton would try and use his quickness to get around Tilly and get into the lane, but instead, with the time running down, he settled for a three-pointer, a step-back three. Boy, that's something we've seen from Ohio State how many times in years past, to settle for a long-range jump shot at the buzzer. And unlike the one time Bruce Thornton banked one in for the win last year, this one did not go in for Notre Dame. Went to the side, and Amari Bynum grabbed the rebound. The Buckeyes got out of there with the win, 64-63. Ohio State improves to 4-0 on the season. And you think about it, this is a game against a major conference opponent that's going to factor heavily for Ohio State, down the stretch if they get into a position where they're trying to fight and scratch and claw for every game to get into the NCAA tournament. And in that 3-year drought, this is a game that will definitely factor for them. I think Notre Dame's a team that could win 15 or 20 games this year. They were right around 15 wins last year, just under 500. They've got three really good players with Shrewsbury, Burton, and the freshman Jalen Harrelson, who was one of the top 20 prospects in the country coming out last year. So we'll see how Notre Dame does going forward. Obviously, we know you care about Ohio State. And boy, oh boy, that first half was a rough one, wasn't it? The Buckeyes fell behind by 11 midway through the first half. And Notre Dame, which had averaged 29 threes per game in its first 3 wins over mid-major opponents, was just putting the ball into the paint and scoring time and time and time again. The Buckeyes could not get stops, and Notre Dame kept attacking the basket, and the Buckeyes just could not get the points, get the stops that they needed. Notre Dame scored 34 points in the first half, led 34-31 at the half, as Ohio State made a good late run in the half to cut it to 3 points. But 24 of those points came in the paint for Notre Dame. They also had one made three-pointer, and the rest, I believe, came at the foul line. So they were very disciplined with what they wanted to do against Ohio State. Ohio State made some adjustments defensively and was able to get just enough stops, just the exact right number of stops to win this game, 64-63. Just looking at the final stats here. OSU was out-rebounded 28-30 or 36-28. Points in the paint, Notre Dame 38-18 for Ohio State. Bench points, Notre Dame 17, Ohio State 6. This has been a recurring theme for Ohio State in the games that they've played. This was telling. Brandon Knoll played almost 20 minutes and did not score. He had 1 rebound and 2 assists, 1 block shot. He's got to do more. There's no question about it. Amari Bynum swallowed up some of his minutes. He had 4 points and 5 rebounds in this game. Bruce Thornton, another outstanding performance, 24 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. He was 8 of 15 from the floor, 4 of 7 on threes, 4 of 4 at the foul line. And Christoph Tilley, 18 points. He was 4 of 8 from the floor, 10 of 13 at the foul line. He drew 10 fouls. That'll tell you how effective he was in the paint for Ohio State, drawing fouls. And the next step for him will be to finish a lot of those plays. 18 points, 4 rebounds, 3 block shots, and very important, his defense in the second half with the block shots. So the Buckeyes come out of here with the win, and a hard-fought win, no doubt, as we talked about, 64-63. They'll be back at it Thursday night against Western Michigan here at Value City Arena. Not sure about the start time off the top of my head. It might be an 8 o'clock start. I don't know, but I believe it's going to be on Big Ten Network, whatever time it is. Consult your local listings. But that's all we got from here tonight. Devin Royal coming back from hip injury. He played pretty well, 32 minutes, 7.6 rebounds. Not necessarily entirely in the flow, but definitely some positive things that he provided for this team as well. And the Buckeyes were able to gut this one out, 64-63. That's it from here at Value City Arena. This is Steve Helwagen reporting from Bucknuts, and we hope you have a great rest of your Sunday. Buckeyes move to 4-0 on the season.